thoughts create things. And some of those things that thoughts create are the words that we choose. So what kind of impact are the words that we are using having on our everyday life? I have some words that you want to choose not to use so that they aren't having a negative impact on your life. Hey everybody, it's Jessie Q, your everyday coach for intentional living. So when our thoughts are creating negative energy in our heads, which it often does, our thoughts are creating those negative, you're not good enough and all that other stuff that I talk about all the time. When our thoughts create negative patterns and unconsciously we speak those negative thoughts with the words that we're choosing, we are creating a negative reality. We are putting out a negative energy into the world, which is not going to bring back to us the things that we want to see in life. So I have some words that I want you to really be conscious about not using in your everyday life. Okay, let's start with can't. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do a push-up. I can't do a pull-up. I can't go to the gym. What are people going to think of me? I'm so out of shape. I can't run a marathon. Never done that before. I can't eat healthy foods because I don't have any willpower. I can't have my job of being an artist because I just won't make enough money. I can't. Boy, this is like the worst word. I can't is just the most self-limiting word and self-limiting thought pattern you could even put out there. I urge you, if you start to feel yourself saying, I can't, just stop. Just think about what you're saying. I hear this word in my daily life, or this combination of words in my daily life, all the time, and it is amazing to me. I am a runner, and I see people all the time who are like, well, goodness, I can't go up those stairs. I can't do that. I can't walk from here to the grocery store. And I'm thinking, why not? I mean, all you're doing, when I hear people say that, I think, oh my gosh, you have just chosen to limit yourself so much. Think about the people out there in the world who are doing all kinds of amazing things. I just read this article about a man who ran a 100-mile race, and he has one leg. He has a prosthetic on the other. This is not a person who understands, I can't. It's just amazing, and it's wonderful, because this just shows you the power of someone's mental capacity when they eliminate I can't from their vocabulary. It's truly wonderful, amazing, and maybe really not so miraculous, because that's how powerful our brains are. We can do most anything we want to do. We just have to put our mind and our energy and our thoughts behind it. So number one, the word more than any other that I would want you to eliminate from your vocabulary is I can't, because you can. Number two, always and never. Always and never are kind of a category of words that we tend to say very easily. Oh, he never does that. Or my boss always wants me to be on time. Whatever it is, always and never are such absolutes that they are certainly not true. Or I'm always late. I'm always late to work. I've never been able to do anything like that. This is amazing when you think about it, that we would actually define ourselves this way, because it is not true. Nothing is always a never, and nothing is always an always. So you do not want to define yourself this way with either one of those words, because it is simply not the truth. And it is, again, very limiting to how you will live your life. So get rid of always and never from your vocabulary, and do not define other people or other situations that way either, because that is also not the truth. When you start to put mental patterns on someone always being a particular way, that is not truly who they are. I've done some videos on people who are difficult to be around, people who complain, who are judgmental. Be careful, be careful, be careful to say they are always complaining. They are always complaining. When you define someone that way, you are limiting them and not allowing their true self to be who they really are for you. You have defined them in a way that is not real, and you are shortchanging them for who they are as people, or situations are defined in a way that is not truly how they are. This is tough, but I really encourage you to look at the outside world and eliminate the always and the nevers there as well. 3, should, could, would. Get rid of these words from your vocabulary. Should, could, and would. I would eat more healthy, but I just don't have willpower. I should be sure that I get an A on that exam, or else I'm really not going to be a good student. I'm not going to consider myself to be a good student. These words are not true because a should, a would, and a could can be defined as you just don't think you're good enough, that you just don't have the ability to do something. And that, again, is just not true. When you put those words out there, oh, I should eat better, but I just don't have the willpower. The should, you know what is true. You should eat better, but you are limiting your ability to do so. You are giving yourself a break with the but, and the but is another word that we're going to talk about in just a second. But you know that you should eat better. I should get an A on the exam. Okay, maybe you should get an A on the exam, but either one of these words should, would, could, put so much pressure on a particular situation that you're creating a resistance to it actually happening. So when you do I should, could, would do something, you are putting it out there that yes, that is an end goal that you'd like to have, but because of the language that you're using, you're putting a resistance on that actually happening because there is pressure on that situation. It's not like I want to eat more healthy foods because it's going to make me a healthier person, my body will feel better, or I want to get an A on the exam because I'll be proud of myself for knowing the content and the material. That's a much different way of coming at it. So get rid of should, would, could, because as you put those words out there, you're actually creating resistance to that end goal happening. So the next category of words is need to, have to, and must. These categories of words are requirements that something absolutely must be. And when something absolutely must be, it is putting a resistance to that end goal happening. So if I must get a great grade on that test, as opposed to wanting to get a good grade on that test, you're creating a resistance that's going to make it much less likely to happen. It is an environment that's saying it is an absolute, and that's not the case. So you must get a great grade on an exam? You don't have to. There's choice to that again. So if you are setting up a resistance to something, just like you did with would, should, and could, you are less likely to bring that into your life. So change your language from must, need to, have to I want to. I can't join you tonight. I must stay at work tonight. I can't join you for dinner. I must stay at work. No, I actually choose to stay at work because I have some things that I want to take care of there, and I'm sorry I can't join you for dinner. It's a very different thing energetically. So when you put the negative words with a situation, you're creating a resistance and a negativity to the entire thing. When you're saying, you know, I really choose to do this, instead of I must do this, it's really a much different and much more positive energy going out, and you are going to get the results back. The last word that I really want to talk about is but. So but negates everything that you've said before it. So if in your thought pattern you're thinking, okay, I really want to do this, but, and then you say whatever's going on, you have just said, okay, I really want to run a marathon, but I just don't think that I can. The I don't think that I can is going to win out over the I want to run a marathon. I really want to eat more healthy foods, but I don't think I have the willpower. I don't have the willpower wins out over I want to eat healthier foods. So when you feel yourself starting to say but, stop again. You want to shift that and change it to an and. I want to eat healthier foods, and when I do that, it's going to make my body and my mind so much happier. I want to run a marathon, and when I start on this path, I'm going to feel very empowered and strong. I want to be an artist, and I will find ways to make sure that I can support myself fully doing what I love. Be sure to change the but to an and, because it changes the whole dynamic of what you're saying and your belief that you can accomplish that goal. So I want you to try very hard as you are speaking through your day to be conscious of can't, but, always never, should, would, could, have to, need to, and must. And stop yourself from using those words as much as you possibly can. Over time, it'll become a more conscious habit. But when you use those words, you are limiting what you can do in your life. You are limiting your truth because you are saying you don't believe that those things will be. You don't believe you will accomplish those goals. And that is not how you choose to live your life when you are living intentionally. I hope you've liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell notification for notification of my daily videos, and click the like button. And if you find yourself struggling with this, if you find yourself becoming more conscious of it, let me know how it's going. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you and see if this is something that is helping to change your daily life. Thanks again so much for watching. Have a great day.